How do you use piece value to find chess forks? Imagine spotting a move that hits two targets at once, forcing your opponent into a tough spot. That's what a fork does in chess, and understanding piece value helps you find these chances. In chess, each piece has a value that shows how important it is. Pawns are the least valuable, worth 1 point. Knights and bishops are worth about 3 points each. Rooks are worth 5 points, and queens are the most valuable at 9 points. The king is priceless because it cannot be captured, but it must be protected. When you look for forks, think about the value of the pieces you want to attack. Your goal is to threaten 2 or more enemy pieces at the same time, especially if one is high value like a rook or queen. For example, if your knight can attack an enemy rook and queen at once, that's a strong fork because it's worth more than a pawn. Knights are especially good for forks because they move in an L shape, which allows them to attack pieces that are not protected by each other. If your knight attacks the enemy king and queen at the same time, it's called a royal fork. The opponent has to move the king out of check, which often means losing the queen. Queens can also create forks because they move in any direction and can attack multiple pieces from afar. But since the queen is so valuable, you want to make sure the attack is safe and the enemy pieces are not protected. If they are unprotected or badly placed, a queen fork can win you material easily. Pawns, bishops, rooks, and even the king can deliver forks too. For example, a pawn might attack 2 enemy pieces if they are close together, especially if one is high value. Rooks and bishops can also threaten multiple targets if they are lined up or positioned well. To use piece value to find forks, start by scanning the board for clusters of enemy pieces. Look for 2 or more high-value pieces close enough to be attacked by one of your pieces. Then check if your piece can reach those targets in one move. Next, think about safety. Is your forking piece protected? If it's a less valuable piece like a pawn or knight, it's usually okay to sacrifice it if it wins you a more valuable piece. Also, look for opportunities involving the king. Attacking the king and another piece at the same time forces your opponent to respond immediately. This often leaves their other valuable pieces unprotected. Finally, consider how well the enemy pieces are defended. If they are unprotected or cannot defend each other, your fork becomes even more effective. By combining the idea of piece value with good positioning, you can spot chances to create forks that win material or force your opponent into tough decisions. It's a simple but powerful tactic that can turn the tide of a game.